Always with the technical difficulties. From beginning to now, so on and so forth. Yeah. Okay. Oh, jeez. EB Max makes it so difficult for the audio. But nevertheless, there it is. There were some other technical difficulties that took some time. But I figured them out. Almost couldn't get it to where I could have my little photo viewer thingy here to read the comic book with. And I was like, well, now what am I going to do? I didn't want to do the share screen deal. I mean, I'm paying for this EV Mux. And, well, I'm not paying for the OBS. That's true. Yeah. Well, yeah, never mind. I don't know where I'm going with that. But then after all that, I was hoping I could do it like a little bit earlier than this, but it's almost an hour later. Damn it. But I had a hot shower, and that's refreshing. So let's hope that holds out as I read this. You know, I didn't get a chance to tape it, which would have been better because, I might just pass out right here on the show, I've been up all night working, Yes. Anyway, super tips, greatly appreciated, all that good stuff. But let me get into Baffling Mysteries, featuring Terror Beneath the Tides and other strange and exciting tales. So I guess that's the sea monster. He's got a beard of seaweed. I don't know. And a blonde. He's got that going for him. Weird, fantastic, astounding. Well, we'll just see about that. So our first story is A Game with Lucifer. Well, I wouldn't recommend it, but I can't concentrate on my game with death staring me in the face. Maybe I should end it all before the final paralyzing blow. But I'm only 22 years old, the youngest Grand Master the world of chess has ever known. Must I die before I have tasted the fruits of my victories because of a stupid heart ailment? There must be some way to conquer death. Barry Archer was the youngest Grand Master of chess in the world when he made his triumphant sweep at the boards of Europe's capitals. But suddenly, in Budapest, the glorious future which his dazzling playing had promised was snatched from him by an organic heart attack, which left Barry weak and bewildered. When doctors granted him exactly 1 more month to live, bitterness swelled up in his soul. His body was already checkmated, but his spirit was alive. It did not want to succumb to the verdict of doom. There must be some way to stave off death, Barry thought tensely as he wandered through the narrow maze of Budapest's winding streets. Perhaps I can find a rare book to take my mind off the grim thoughts which harass me, and the occult world may have an answer to my problem. Hello there. Hello. That's funny. There doesn't seem to be anybody in the store. I'll just browse around until the owner comes back. Dratted, I guess? Dratted. I can't even grip things tightly anymore. But what's this small book that was concealed behind it? Devil's Gambit by Darius Skalna? Why, he was Hungary's greatest chess master of the 19th century. But I never heard of this book. And such a weird title. I must buy it at once. An account of my greatest match with the king of the underworld against whom I played for life. Why, this is unbelievable. Now, where can that bookseller be? I'll just leave some money and go. 20 pingos seems fair enough. It's a beautifully bound book. Now I can find out if Master Skalna was victorious in this strange match. But as Barry left with his strange book, the die is cast. He has the cursed book. Here is another moth to be caught in the flame. Later, at Barry's hotel room, the American chess team has been invited to a shindig in the Premier's Palace. Do you feel up to coming along, Barry? No, I don't feel strong enough yet. Thanks, but I'll stay home and read. So, Master Skalna was dying and played for continued life at the age of 86 against the king of the underworld. And he lost. He was checkmated. Well, so, that didn't work out so great, did it? But Skalna lost because he was a fool. This game shown in the book, I could have won it easily. Yes, I will find this demon of hell and play for the same stakes. Continued life. But I'll win. Smash now suddenly has, a strong fist, Anyway, later at the famed Skalna Chess Club, I have nothing to lose. The doctors tell me that I will be dead in a month. I will challenge the devil himself for a chance to continue my life for a few more years. Master Archer, it is a pleasure to have you at the Skalna Club. Do you want to trounce a few of us, or is there anything else we can do for you? No, thank you, but I would like to see the chessmen Skalna used in his last game. The very last game he played. But surely you know the strange legend surrounding his death. We could not keep those cursed pieces at the club. They are at the Skalna house, which has been boarded up since his death. I would not go there for the crown of Hungary, especially since tonight is the anniversary of his death. Wow, what are the odds? It was close to midnight when Barry found the old residence. Sir, I would not wander around here at this late hour. Skalna's house has an evil reputation. That's fine. I would like to see the evil which lurks here. Huh? Midnight, and not a sign of anyone. Maybe the book and Skalna himself are all a great hoax. Yeah, usually. Suddenly. Come, Master Skalna, it is time to replay our old game. Perhaps tonight you will win. Good heavens! Is this a hallucination? It's terrifying. I'm shaking like a leaf. It's liable to have a heart attack at the sight and pretty much ends the whole thing. But I guess not. Please, let me alone. I've played this game over 100 times and I never win. Why must I be tortured like this? Incredible. They're going right through the solid wall. I must speak to the evil stranger before the night is over. I can't walk through walls, but these planks are rotten. I can get in without being seen. Come, Master Skalna. It is your move. It is the same as always. I have no move, you fiend. I have you now, Master Skalna. Checkmate. No, no, stop the pain. It's excruciating. Ah. As the figure of Skalna disappeared, Barry sprang forward.
Wait, who are you? You black-garbed fiend? You play with demonic force, and your victim vanishes in torment when you pronounce checkmate. I am known and cursed by many names. What is it you wish? As if I didn't know. Skulna played you and lost. I know I can beat you. I challenge you to play for the same stakes. My life. You saw what happened to Skulna. If you lose, the penalty is the same. Every year he plays and dies the same death. And if I win? We shall see. So far, no one has beaten me, although many have tried, but now dawn is here, and I must be gone. We shall meet again soon, when you least expect me. I was mad to challenge this fiend who bathes in living flames. Well, yeah. Of course, seems like he could still back out, but oh well.
Anyway, as dawn broke,
did my eyes see things? Was it really Master Skalna and the Evil One incarnate who played here last night for the greatest of stakes? Did I seal a bargain with the Hell Fiend?
a few evenings later, at the regular tournament of the Skalna Chess Club,
my tournament doesn't start for a few hours. I'll just take a corner table and try a few new openings.
Very good, sir.
I've played over Skalna's game a dozen times. He made one bad mistake by losing that bishop. Now I know I can win that game.
Suddenly, without warning,
well, Master Archer, are you ready for our little contest? You? Here? Yes, I'm ready. And the stakes?
The very same Master Skalna played for.
As some spectators passed Barry's table. Hey, look at Master Archer concentrating. Why, he practices as if his life's depended on it.
Huh, what a brilliant position. No wonder all his opponents are beaten before they start.
I have taken your queen, and now check. Magnificent playing. But I have some tricks myself.
A few minutes later,
checkmate! I've won! Won! Now all my fears melt away. I can live! Ha ha ha! Yes, you have won. And now I must say goodbye, Master Archer. Let me go. I have just won the greatest game of my life. Didn't you see who my opponent was?
Opponent? You were alone at the board practicing. I watched you. The chair opposite you was empty all the time.
I tell you I'm all right. I can play the tournament tonight. I suppose you'll never believe my story about that game. Look, Barry, you've been under terrific strain. This is our last night. Tomorrow we leave for Italy and home. Get a good night's rest. We? Are they, well, okay. The next evening aboard the Budapest Rome Express. Yes, I'll confound those stupid doctors when I live on and on. Now I'll be able to enjoy the fame and glory I've earned.
Suddenly, the Crack Express left the rails with a terrific lurch and dropped thousands of feet of space.
Help! Help!
Hours later, amid the scattered wreckage of the train.
No! I won! You can't take me. What? Why, you're only a switchman. What happened?
Sir, you must have a charmed life. You see, you are the sole survivor of the greatest train wreck in Europe's history. It is a miracle.
Is that his foot twisted over there? Anyway. No, I guess not.
It's as if the devil himself had a hand in the weird night's work. One man alone remains alive, and hundreds lie mutilated and dead.
Our wager is paid in full, fool. You won one match, therefore one chance at life. We shall meet again soon. Days later, back in New York.
Days later, back in New York.
I've been invited to play for the World's Championship next week, on the exact day on which the doctors predicted my death. Now I have nothing to fear from death. The train wreck proved that. I was the only survivor. Knight moves to check. Archer is playing brilliantly. He's slaughtered 3 opponents already, and this last one looks like he's ready to give up. Suddenly, with his last move, Barry's head fell across the board with a sickening thud. Checkmate! No! Thud.
Good heavens, he's collapsed. Get a doctor. Hurry. It was too late for medical attention. Barry Archer had lost his match in the great tournament of life.
Look at this chess piece. It rolled out of Archer's hand. I thought it was a king, but it doesn't belong to the set. Why, it looks like
the devil himself. How terribly strange. It's as if Archer held an evil force in his hand over which he had no power. The end.
Boy, it always seems like if you make a deal with the devil, the deal's always going to be against you. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, time for Baffling Mysteries, number 5. Arthur Reagan, well-known American artist, had a strange experience in the summer of 1927 while visiting some people on Long Island, New York. On his host's estate, young Reagan decided to take a stroll through the gardens before dinner. Well, the Strickland family certainly has a beautiful flower garden.
Suddenly, as if from nowhere, a girl appeared.
What? That girl near the pool? Why, she's beautiful. But I didn't hear anybody else walking on these paths. I must talk to her.
But as Reagan approached the pool,
she's disappearing right into the mist of the water from the fountain. It's fantastic.
Moments later, back in the mansion, Reagan spoke to his host.
I thought I was your only guest this weekend, but I saw a beautiful girl out there near the fountain. Who could she be?
But there is no one else on the estate but us. Could you describe this beautiful girl to us? Or better still, draw us a sketch of her? Soon, when the sketch was completed,
This is the girl I saw at the fountain.
No! It's her! It's a woman saying, "Oh, it's her! It's our daughter, Elaine!" 10 years ago, we forbade Elaine to marry a scoundrel with whom she was infatuated. In a moment of madness, she drowned herself in the pool at the fountain. Why, it was exactly 10 years ago tonight that she killed herself.
Apparently, her restless spirit dwells by the very fountain where she left this world to enter the next. How strange.
Strange indeed. Just another baffling mystery that has defied logical explanation. Another bizarre occurrence in the annals of the supernatural.
The end. Wow. Man. Weird thing, huh? Hey, what are the odds that never happened at all? Yeah. Oh, well, on to our next story. Scourge of the Kentucky Hills. Hang, murderer! Hang, we're free of you now. The only thing to do with such a vicious killer. Good work, Nemo the hangman. Oh, it's hanging a dog. Jeez. Well, hmm. It's all over now, folks. He'd been hanged by the neck until dead.
On a dismal autumn night in the Kentucky hill town of Calgia, I don't know. A frenzied vengeance mad mob cheered bloodthirstily at their first public hanging in a century. The victim was a huge and viciously crafty gray timber wolf, which for weeks had been attacking livestock and even small children, before it was trapped alive, sentenced to death, and hung. But as the great shaggy killer beast danced at the end of the rope, the good townspeople didn't know that this was not the end of their trouble, but only the beginning of a more ghastly reign of terror. In his office overlooking the town square, in a fever of excitement, Dr. Vincent Curtis watched the lynch mob begin to disperse.
Good. The fools are going home already, not knowing that thanks to Nemo and I, that magnificent beast isn't really dead, but only unconscious. It was easy to fool the crowd, fix the noose so that it wouldn't tighten too much, inject opiate into the wolf so he only appeared to die. I don't know why I'm thinking about that. I mean, I already knew it, but...
And a little later,
They're all home asleep now, Nemo. And it's a pitch black moonless night. We can continue our way. I'll go get the corpse of the big gray dog we found up in the hill.
better work fast, Nemo. If anyone spots us substituting the dead dog for the still live wolf, we might be lynched.
Yeah, Doctor, will there still be time to perform the operation tonight?
Of course. The operation, though dangerous, is actually very simple.
I still don't like the idea. It's against all the laws of man and nature. But you've done me so many favors and are paying me so well for this work that I must do as you wish.
Then, in the doctor's private operating room, preparations were made carefully for a new and awesome type of operation. These mirrors must be arranged just right, because we mustn't lose a second of time after I cut the living heart out of the wolf. You almost ready, Nemo?
Yeah, Doctor.
The wolf would have been better off hanged.
Brace up, Nemo. You're only helping to save my life. The highest medical authorities admit that with my bad heart, I have only a few weeks to live. But that will be changed tonight when I replace my diseased organ with the strong, healthy heart of this magnificent beast. A human heart would have been better. Yeah, I would have thought so too. Yes, but we couldn't commit murder. And this will do fine. Perfect incision.
The doctor's skilled hands worked swiftly. Soon,
increase the current, Nemo, to keep the wolf's heart beating strongly in the preservative, while we begin the second part of the operation.
Yeah, how you gonna... I guess he told Nemo exactly what A few minutes later, under local anesthetic, Dr. Curtis instructed and supervised as Nemo made the incision and prepared to remove the doctor's own heart to replace it with the wolf's.
Hurry, Nemo. I feel myself getting weaker, probably from all the blood. You know what to do if I faint. Obey my instructions to the letter. No mistakes, Nemo. Yeah. He's unconscious, but the transplanting of the wolf's heart is completed. A shot of stimulant will bring him around again after I've finished sewing up the incision. At least That's what the instructions said. I don't know. Ah, the stimulant revived you. Thank goodness this nightmarish ordeal is over. Yes, but I I'm terribly weak and dizzy and feel so strange. Go, Nemo, leave me alone. I'll see you tomorrow.
All that night, Dr. Curtis's restless sleep was disturbed by insane nightmares.
You are no longer a man. You possess the heart and soul of a cruel and murderous beast.
But the next morning,
it worked. A surgical miracle. I feel better now than I have in years. Wait until Louise sees me and hears that I'm cured. Now we can get married.
soon,
It's me, all right, Louise. Don't look so surprised. My heart trouble's cured, darling. I've come to make wedding plans. You do look different, healthier, Vince. But what's happened to your hair? It's grown suddenly long and and has such a strange gray color. You're right. It must be the new heart medicine I've been taking to cure me. I'll get my hair cut and dye it. Then I'll look the same. Of course, Vince. Don't get so excited and angry. It's all right. I don't mind.
back at his own quarters, Dr. Curtis spent the rest of the day trying to restore the natural length and color and texture to his hair. But
I don't understand. Nothing has worked. I dye my hair and almost immediately it becomes gray again. I cut it off time and time again, but it grows right back the same way.
that night, as the full moon rose over the town,
I can't go out and let people see me until I can do something about this horrible change in my hair. It's become like a wolf's shaggy fur. People might suspect that, here comes Nemo. Perhaps he can help. No, it can't be. You simpering, terrified fool. What's the matter? What are you staring at? Something horrible's happened to you. You look like an animal, a wild beast. My hands and arms. What's wrong with the mirror? I can't see my reflection. It must be broken, or else my eyes. Oh, it's our punishment for performing an operation against the laws of nature. You have turned into a werewolf. Soon you'll be filled with a lust to kill. I must warn the town. You can't. I won't let you. Nobody must know.
as Nemo struggled to get away, bestial rage suddenly swept over the doctor. Terrible, primitive urges gripped him as the kill lust took full possession, and poor Nemo died horribly.
I'll dump Nemo's corpse in some lonely place. It's strange, but I feel calm and peaceful now that it's over.
Completing his grisly mission, the doctor turned werewolf, returned home, and slept soundly. The next morning,
I've changed back to human form again. Werewolves are only night creatures. Perhaps it was only a temporary thing and won't ever happen again.
later that day,
they found poor dead Nemo. There'll be the devil to pay now, but they won't connect me with the murder. There's a mate to the wolf we hanged, preying on the countryside. We'll have to hunt and kill this one too. If anyone is to remain slave.
that same night,
Now it's dark. I've changed again. I'd better see about all that noise outside. Something is going on. We'll scour the countryside till we find this second blood-mad beast. We must kill him before he can claim another victim. Go ahead, you fools. Hunt for me. but I'm too clever for you. Hunt me down, will they? I'll follow them and show them I'm more cunning than they are.
The werewolf followed the posse at a safe distance. Then, when the right moment came, growling with the insane urge to slay, he made his vicious, fatal attack.
Growl! Oh no, I'm gonna become wolf poo.
His savage urge to kill satisfied, the beast fled toward home. But suddenly,
Ow! I'm caught in one of the wolf traps they've set out. I guess I'm not as clever as I thought.
in mortal terror, all that night the werewolf tried to free himself from the trap. But toothed jaws resisted all his efforts. Then, just after daybreak,
Some of the posse coming this way. Thank heavens they didn't find me until after daylight, when I've changed back to human form again.
you say you came out alone to join the hunt, Doc, but you're unarmed. How come?
Stop questioning me, Bruce. I just felt like hunting the beast alone. With my tattered shirt and stuff.
Frightened by the suspicious questioning of Bruce Garver, Doc himself in his room all day that evening. He feigned illness when asked to join the wolf hunt. Then later,
Vince,
Vince, it's Louise. You've got to let me in. Something's wrong. I hear strange growling and clawing sounds in there. Let me in.
no, you're mistaken. Go away. Leave me alone, Louise.
a few minutes later,
Vince, I'm sorry, but Bruce and I were so worried. We climbed in through a back window and.
No, Vince. Yes, it's me, Louise, but you shouldn't have come in. I could have been, doing something. Now I'll have to kill Bruce so he can't tell anyone about me. You suspected me since you found me in the trap this morning, didn't you? For bringing Louise here and exposing me. You'll die like the others.
I can't fight him off. Too powerful. Louise, run! Get help! Ah!
Wait, Louise. Don't tell anybody. I still love you. I'll be the same as always in the morning.
No, Vince, you're no longer a human.
This is my chance to nail Louise and to escape.
After Louise and Bruce escaped, the horror news spread, and soon
That mob is after me. Now that they know what I am, I won't have a chance here. They'll burn down the house. I'll have to leave and hide in the hills.
later,
I made it safely into the hills. Now they'll never get me. I can live here in this cave and maraud and attack by night and sleep by day. I'm too clever to ever be caught.
a week passed, and it seemed that the werewolf was too clever to be captured. Then, one night,
So Louise and Bruce are getting married next Tuesday. I wish them all the happiness in the world. Poor Louise deserves a break after all the terror she had with that beast Curtis. Louise and Bruce getting married? They can't. I won't let them. No matter what I am, she's still mine. I'll stop the wedding, even if I have to kill them both. Grrr.
and so crazed by a week of jealous brooding on the night of the wedding,
They're coming out now. I will have my revenge.
suddenly, just as we figured, the wedding trapped him.
He escaped once from our bullets, but these arrows dipped in moon water will kill any werewolf. Kill! Kill!
Doop, 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 doop. Death brought him release at last from his horrible dual personality. He's better off now, Louise.
Poor Vince.
Yeah. Now let's go get it on, yeah.
The end.
Yes.
I guess
werewolf really thought his girlfriend was a bitch, you know?
Anyway, Baffling Mysteries number 6. There has been a great deal of discussion concerning mediums who hold seances, at which they supposedly call forth spirits
Of the dead.
most people regard it as a fake. But here is the story of one medium who was called upon to aid the law
In a murder case.
One day in 1931, the body of a middle-aged woman was found in a park in a large eastern city.
Her papers say she's Mrs. Van Ritter.
Say, she was the rich eccentric on Lakeland Avenue.
That's right. And she was bugs about occult studies. Used to attend seances.
Since she believed in the success of contacting spirits from the beyond, perhaps we can get a medium to contact Mrs. Van Ritter wherever her spirit is now, and have her name her murderer.
So, Lieutenant Corrigan and the police sergeant visited one of Mrs. Van Ritter's medium friends, a Madame Verobe. She agreed to contact the dead woman's spirit. The seance was begun. Bzz, bzz, bzz.
Oh, I feel the presence of the one I seek. Come forth, spirit, come forth. Suddenly, a protoplasmic apparition of the dead woman appeared. It's her. I am here. What do you want of me? We seek the name of your murderer. Can you tell us? My butler. He is my murderer.
So the butler did it.
Yeah, go on. I was returning from a party at home of friends, other side of park. I wore my valuable Natok diamond necklace. Butler met me in park, strangled me, stole necklace. Well, anyway, within 20 minutes, the police had rushed to the butler's room in the dead woman's home, discovered the necklace, and forced a complete confession from the frightened killer because he was an idiot. You may not believe this, but the spirit of Mrs. Van Ritter came back to accuse you. You shouldn't have picked on a believer in the occult for your victim. I forgot. Now she'll keep coming back to haunt me. I do it. Why? Well, probably because you're a guilty asshole. This incident is recorded on the police records of a certain American city. Can you guess? Probably the only time a murder case has been solved by having the victim's spirit return to name her killer. And yet, the powers of a medium are said to be fake. Who can say? The end. Now, it's possible, just possible. This is another story that never happened. Anyway, on to the next one. Back from an unhallowed grave. Listen, you two. If you know how to keep your mouth shut, there's the 5,000 lira gift for you. Find the coffin of one named Eleanor Rico and bring it to me secretly. And the money is yours. Ah, then you are Count Rico. Why, your excellency, is the body not buried at the great marble vault where all the Ricos are buried?
Count Ignacio Rico was excessively proud of his family name. No breath of scandal must be permitted to tarnish its great reputation in the province of Bolinia. When the old count heard that the rotting, unhallowed graveyard, wherein the body of an undesirable member of the family lay secretly buried, was to be uprooted to make way for a superhighway, he hurried to hide the Rico's shame from the eyes of the world.
You are very insolent. It is a secret which will never pass these lips. Do not ask any more questions. Just bring me the coffin.
Si, Senor Count, I do not mean to pry.
And remember, under no circumstances must the large spike which pierces the coffin be removed.
Si, it shall be as you say, Count Rico. Well, there you go. Simple as that. Went to the left. These nobles are all alike, all puffed up with pride and foolish eccentricity. There must be a dark family secret in that coffin. Why ask questions for 5,000 lira? I would dig up the devil himself. At the quitting time. Hey, Pietro, what is that sound? It rang like metal. Shall I take a look? Don't bother now. When the whistle blows, I stop work. No matter what happens. Moments later, in the quiet, deserted field, there was a sudden, earth-scattering animation. From the bowels of the earth, long held captive, emerged the horror known as Elena Rico.
Which is why my final resting place. Oh, wait. Why is my final resting place disturbed? Ah! Is this the place chosen for Rico to lie? I have been betrayed, cheated. Ah, here is one who can answer my questions. He must know why I have been torn from the earth.
What are you?
You, Claude. What are you staring at? Have you never seen a face like this before? Beyond the grave, my ugliness still pursues me. Die, you terrified jellyfish, and from your heart's blood I will take strength.
No! Pietro's scream brought his comrades running.
This poor fool is dead, and now his friends come to revenge him. I must be gone.
Pietro, where are you? By all the saints in heaven, look, he is in the arms of that fiend.
Here, you babbling swine, take your friend's corpse.
Seize the monster, she has killed Pietro. The spike was removed then. Poor Pietro. He would not investigate that noise. Now he is dead, and that Rico devil monster is free to strike and kill innocent people. A few minutes later,
I am home again. It is a long time since I have heard the sound of music and laughter. Surely I will be welcome in my own home.
the Count was giving a huge costume party. For the moment, Elena's outlandish appearance attracted no great attention.
How wonderful, a costume party. I wish I had a suitable costume to wear.
Soon a buzz of conversation developed as Elena passed by.
Who is this strange harpy, grandfather? She's driving realism too far. Her costume smells of the grave.
I don't know, Maria. You must admit the costume is original. Look, all the guests are beginning to talk. I must do something. I have accounted for all my guests, but not that woman. I don't know who she is. Dance with her, Almo. Find out who she is and persuade her to leave.
Very well, Count.
I simply had to dance. So many people are talking about you. Who are you?
I am an old blood relation of the Ricos. I came unannounced to surprise them.
But where did you come from? Nobody I know brought you here. It is very mysterious.
Let us say I have come from captivity.
Finally, the moment for the revelers to unmask was announced. The committee has awarded the strange woman the prize for her most original costume. Will you present it, Almo? Yes. And it is unmasking time. Now we shall see what this hag looks like. She is probably young and beautiful. For you, madam, the first prize for the most frightening and original costume of the ball. And now, will you please unmask? Original costume? Unmask?
You mock me. Look what he's wearing.
Elena was maddened with rage.
Look upon me, all of you. This is no mask. It is my own face, the face of Elena Rico, known 20 years ago as the ugliest senorina in Bolina.
Let me go! Ah!
She is mad. She will kill him. Oh, God, it's coming, what?
Here, take this white-livered boy. He faints at my ugliness. Ah, ah, ah.
As the guards rushed toward the balcony.
Come back here, you hell fiend.
Poor Alma, thank heavens she only scratched you. Yeah. What? Oh, yeah. After the guests had departed.
But who is she, grandfather? She claims she is a Rico, but she looks like someone from beyond the grave.
She is both of those things. Elena is my niece, now 20 years dead. Listen to her strange story. Elena was a very ugly child, but sensitive and possessed of a ferocious temper.
Get out, you parasites. You come here to wine and dine, but not one kind word do you have for Elena.
Do you think we came to gaze on your beauty? Signorina Elena the ugly? You are called throughout the country. Later. Most beautiful. A sight I shall never forget.
Here he is. One who doesn't think me ugly. It is Guido, and he is so handsome. I have loved him secretly for a long time.
Oh, Guido, then you really think I am beautiful?
What?
Good heavens, no. I was admiring the constellations out there. Look how magnificent Venus looks. He put the last straw with a cry of rage.
Oh, no, you fool. Don't do it.
Hey! Elena survived the suicide leap, but a brain operation was necessary. After the operation, she became hopelessly mad.
Why didn't you let me die? I look worse than ever before. I will kill all of you and drink your blood. I thirst for your blood. Arr.
Take her to the violent ward. She is completely insane and shows vampire tendencies. When Elena died in a solitary cell, an iron spike was thrust through her heart. This stake will keep her fastened in her grave, Count Rico.
Is that the scientific method?
Sure. I want her buried in the pauper cemetery. She doesn't belong in the Rico vault. She is an inhuman creature. That is Elena's tragic story. She must be found and returned to her grave. I'm truly sorry that this cloud has to mar your happiness.
The cloud will pass, grandfather, and we will be married.
Meanwhile, Elena found herself in a familiar place.
Yes, I remember this is where Guido lives. A light is burning in his observatory. He was always fascinated by the stars. Perhaps after all these years, he has changed his mind about me.
Great Jupiter, who in the world are you? What do you want?
It is I, Elena, who almost gave her life for your love. Do not scorn me now, Guido.
Don't come near me. You are dead. The smell of the grave is on your breath and your face. It is uglier than ever.
So again you spurn me. This time I will not try to kill myself. It is your life I crave now, and the bubbling nectar at your throat. Die, you star-mad fool. You would rather have the unattainable than Elena who loves you.
No. The next morning, when an old housekeeper arrived,
see your mask.
What? Mask? Whatever. I dead, murdered, help.
Oh, jeez, a rat's feeding on it.
Anyway, Count Rico brought a doctor as soon as he heard the news.
My friend Ignazio, it was the work of a vampire. There is no question about it.
Then it was Elena. She is taking her revenge. Poor Guido. He was a hermit who bothered no one. Who knows who will be her next victim? A sad procession followed the Mascani coffin to its final resting place.
Look, Almo, the door is open to the door to the Rico vault is open. After Guido's funeral, get some service and meet me here.
You suspect your... Oh, I guess that's him saying, well, whatever. You suspect your mad niece, Elena? I'll be here. After the Mascani funeral...
Oh, grandfather, do not enter alone.
It is better this way. If I die... If anyone is to die, I am the one. It is my niece, and I have lived long. Stand back, everyone. Elena, my dearest niece, come here. Your uncle Ignacio comes here.
What do you want, old man? It was you who condemned me to an unhallowed grave. Do you seek your death here?
Dear Elena, let me see you more clearly. How you've changed. You look radiant. Never have I seen you more beautiful.
You are not joking, Uncle? You mean I am no longer ugly? Nobody has ever called me beautiful.
In the second that Elena hesitated, the Count struck. Heaven forgive me, but Elena must die again. Ay! Look how she rides, and it's done. Do not remove the dagger, for it will hold her until Judgment Day. Come, let us leave. At last we can breathe freely. I want this whole front sealed in concrete. The vault must be closed for eternity. At last, Elena is among her own family. May her soul rest in peace. The end. Gee, what a lovely family story, you know.
Oh, well.
That's too bad, you know. But that's what you get for being born ugly, you know.
So anyway, finally our feature presentation. Terra Beneath the Tides.
I notice you always frown at the sight of old Ned Davis, Mr. Chernicki. Don't you like him?
Like him? I hate the thought of that senile idiot. This is a nice, quiet resort town, and his filthy appearance is bad for business.
Nobody seemed to mind old Ned Davis's presence in the little resort town on the coast of Central California. Nobody, that is, except wealthy Norton Chernicki, owner of most of the hotel's concessions and the town's only newspaper. But little did Chernicki suspect that he and the bedraggled beachcomber would soon find something they had in common. The same destiny.
He's the only black mark on the town, the sloppy wretch. If I had my way, there'd be a law against this kind here. I could defend Ned's right to live as he chooses, but it's useless. It would only make Chernicki angry, and my job would be in jeopardy. Only got $4 for that pile of junk, but it'll do a couple of days. Oh, I'm tired. Guess I'll get to bed.
Fatigued, old Ned fell into a deep slumber in his crude shack. How long he slept there was no way of telling. But in the foreboding wee hours of morning...
What's that noise? Sounded like someone's at the door. Who's there? Why don't you answer? Who are you? I'll light a match and... No!
For an instant, the old man froze with terror. In the next moment, a grip of steel encircled him. His flailing arms were no match for the strength of the seaweed monstrosity. Let me go! What are you gonna do with me? The silence only served to terrify Ned more. But his fears were boundless as the strange, slimy creature dragged him closer to where the pounding breakers lashed against the shore. No, let me go. I can't swim. I'll drown. Let me go. The crashing surf drowned out Ned's cries. Later, as the morning broke bright and clear on the little coastal town,
Hell, it's old Ned. He's dead, laying out there on the beach. What? Give me that again, Sonny. I went out for an early swim and I saw it. It was old Ned, dead, just laying there like he'd been washed ashore.
good. There's your day's work, Casey. Go over it. Soon.
Well, this is no accident. Look at those tracks. Old Ned was dragged from his shack bodily, and those tracks certainly don't look like they were made by anything human.
Surely you don't think that something came out of the sea and tried to drag Ned in?
It might have been something like that. Sure feel sorry for the old codger, but this should make a great yarn.
A short while later, after Casey Darrell submitted his story, do you expect me to print a story like this? What in blazes are you trying to do? Ruin me?
I don't understand, Mr. Tricky. Those are the facts. What's wrong?
What's wrong? Why, you young idiot, if I print anything about some monster coming out of the sea, this town'll be empty in 2 hours. My hotels, my concessions. I'd lose a fortune.
But it's your duty to print it. You have a responsibility to the public.
The public be hanged. This whole yarn is mere guesswork on the part of the police, and you're trying to tell me my business. Get out of here, you're fired.
That suits me fine. Anyone who endangered the public safety for his own profit is too low for me to work for.
Later that evening,
and that's the story, Stella. Guess we'll have to postpone the wedding until I find another job. If he hadn't fired me, I'd have quit anyway.
I don't blame you, darling, but don't let it get you down. Come on, let's go for a moonlight swim.
Later.
Well, that was invigorating. Hint, hint, giggle, giggle. Let's just relax here on the sand for a while. Oh, good heavens. What is that thing?
Oh, let me pull my shorts up.
As Stella cringed back in terror, Casey turned to behold the shock of his life. Trudging toward them from out of the surf came a creature, the likes of which he'd never seen.
Casey, it's coming toward us.
Great Scott!
Hardly had they risen to their feet when the thing was upon them.
Casey, he's grabbed me. I can't break away.
It looks human, and yet, hey, let go of her.
Unmindful of his own danger, Casey leaped at the monstrosity, both fists flying wildly with savage fury. Suddenly, the creature lashed out with a mighty swipe of his arm and...
Let me go, Casey! Help! Hey, Casey, help me, help me.
Stella, what's that monster doing? As if I didn't know. Why, she'll drown out there. Stella, hold on. Try and break away from him. I'm coming. That must have been the thing that killed old Ned. Great guns, they've disappeared. He's pulled her under the surface somewhere out there. I've got to find them. I've got to before Stella drowns. They've disappeared somewhere around here, but it's so dark and murky, I can't see a thing. My lungs, they're bursting. I've got to get back to the surface.
Meanwhile, not far off,
we're caught in a whirlpool. He doesn't seem to be battling it. He acts as though he knew it was here, headed straight for it. Oh, Casey, where are you?
Faster and faster, the swirling body whipped them around and down, far below the surface.
I can't budge his arm. It's like a steel chain. Oh, I'm getting dizzy. I'm going to faint.
It seemed like... What? Bare minutes? Bare minutes had passed when Stella recovered consciousness.
Where am I? Who are you? Why did you bring me here?
Have no fear. We intend you no harm.
I'll explain. Well, as you can see, the sea bottom is our home. In our realm, we have always been ruled by a queen, but the last woman among us is now dead. That is why you've been brought here. You are to serve as our ruler. Last night, one of our people was accidentally discovered while looking for a queen. Our safety depends on our existence being kept secret. The old man had to be destroyed.
We're underwater, and yet there's air to breathe. I don't understand it.
Oh, yeah, the whirlpool above is an eternal freak of nature. It sucks air down at such force that our city is covered by a hemisphere of air. But come, the coronation ceremony is ready. No, I won't be your queen. I refuse to stay here. I'd rather die.
Meanwhile, above, realizing his helplessness, Casey had gone for help.
What's that? Stella dragged under the water by some strange sea monster? It's the truth. I've got to get a diving mask with one of those portable oxygen tanks in a hurry.
Of all the imbecilic yarns, I don't believe it. Soon,
maybe it's ridiculous to hope she's still alive, but I won't give up hope. I'm taking this extra tank and mask just in case I find her.
This is the most fantastic thing I've ever heard. Probably some sort of prank. Several long minutes later,
a whirlpool. I'd better swim away fast before it catches me and drags me in. What? It's got me. This thing's as vicious as a tornado. I've got to pull out of it. Getting dizzy. This pressure is killing. Can't pass out. Got to find Stella.
Slipping into a dead faint, Casey was drawn into the undersea realm as he awoke.
This man was with the girl when I dragged her from the beach. No doubt he found her and found his way here searching for her. He knows our secret. He must die. No, no. You mustn't kill him. I'll accept. I'll be your queen. But my first order is that he be released. No, well, you heard your queen release the surface man. We cannot let him leave here, though. We shall make him one of us. Then what if I refuse? Casey, they'll kill you if you defy them. Oh, I don't know what chance I'll stand against a bunch of them, but I've got to chance it. Here goes.
In an instant, the creatures of the deep sprang forth, ripping the spare oxygen tank from his belt. Casey found it a handy weapon. Ducking, dodging, swinging, he managed to stave off the lunging monstrosities.
They're beginning to come too. Oh, Casey, how will we ever get out of this terrible place?
I'm beginning to understand this setup. That whirlpool's perpetual. The force of the air it sucks in is so powerful that it forms this bubble over the city. Yeah, they told me. And a sudden powerful rush of air against it might destroy it completely. Oh. Yeah. I mean, look, they're murderers. Who cares?
But how can you possibly create some forceful rush of air?
Dumb girl. These oxygen tanks, honey, there's enough pressure in it to knock you through a brick wall. But if it works, the water will rush down on us fast. You'll have to get your mask on quickly.
Instantly, Casey and Stella mounted a high coral formation beneath the point of the violent spinning whirlpool.
Now to let out some air. Look, the whirlpool's slowing down. The pressure decreased. Water's pouring in. Hurry, get the mask on.
Oh, those creatures are coming after us, Casey.
The Coral City is destroyed. They'll all drown. We've got to get out of there in the nick of time.
My city, my people, all gone, but I'll have my revenge. Seconds later, on the surface.
Good heavens, look, one of them isn't dead. He's coming after us.
Keep going, Stella. We'll be on the beach before he can catch us.
We've given up hope for both of you. I can't believe you're alive. What happened?
Tell you later. One of those monsters is right behind us.
What? Why, there is someone there. It must be some sort of publicity stunt. Angered at this apparent insult to his intelligence, Morton Chernicki bounded toward the monster. That's what it is, eh? A publicity stunt, eh?
It's an ordinary man with some sort of costume. I'll show you. I'll rip it off. What? It's real. It's a monster. Let me go. A fusillade of bullets brought death to the last of the weird seaweed monsters. But not before Morton Chernicki had also died from strangulation. Strange how justice works. Some bad publicity probably would have closed the beach, but at least Chernicki would have been spared this horrible death. And all because he refused to print the truth. The end. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, there's a powerful lesson there, isn't there? Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. Let's see here. Well, Baffling Mysteries is brought to you by the Spot Reducer. Reducing specialist says, lose weight where it shows most. Reduce most any part of the body with Spot Reducer. Electric spot reducer. You plug it in and it vibrates wherever you put it. For greatest benefit in reducing by massage, use Spot Reducer with or without electricity. Also used as an aid in the relief of pains for which massage is indicated. She seems to like it. Take off excess weight. Don't stay fat. You can lose pounds and inches safely without risking health. Plug in, grasp handle, and apply. Try the Spot Reducer 10 days free in your own home. Your own private masseur at home. There you go. Can't sleep, need some release. Spot Reducer. It's for you. So there you go. You want your Spot Reducer? Well, here's the address. Yeah. Well, there we go. Baffling Mysteries, Terror Beneath the Tides, and Other Strange Tales. Oh, boy. That's great, huh? Yeah. And I think we learned a lot. Yeah, probably best to tell the truth and stuff. A. Thompson says, passing out on stream is nothing new. I was an MKE mod. So you passed out? Oh, he passed out. Well, yeah, because, he's inebriated. Love this. Okay, thank you. The unedited 2716. It's Tommy Jordan. Thank you for drawing me. That was awesome with Kiki. Oh, yeah. That was one of the Kiki versus Ashley encounters. Yes. Susan Dolan says, hi to everybody. Unedited says, Susan 100%, I guess. John the Beagle Dad says hello and good afternoon. Chrono God wasn't. I could have started my own business running a spot reducer. Yes. The Spot Reducer. So many uses. So many great things for it to do. I'm sure they figured that all out then, Yeah. Do you recall your favorite moments with Spot Reducer? Send the letters in. We want to hear the stories. Yeah. All right, there we go. That's and no super tips. Okay. Well, all right. I'll try again next time. And that'll do it for this edition of Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics. So that was Baffling Mysteries. If you number 7. Yeah, I believe so. So after that, I don't know what to do next. Maybe a crime comic, or if all else fails, there's always the Blue Beetle. So yeah, I could do that. More than likely, that's what it's going to be. Yeah. But anyway, there you go. That's it for this edition of Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics. I don't know what I'll do for the Wednesday show, but I got time to think of something. So I'll probably think of, something. Yeah.